Xforce Varex remote control mufflers. A lot of you are probably familiar with them. You know, you get a remote control and it reacts with this box, and when it's got 12 volts it will then send a signal to the motor on the exhaust or the muffler to open or close the valve, thus making it loud or quiet. So I've had one of these on this car for probably 3 years now, but for some reason the circuit board shut itself or whatever. It's basically $110 to replace this and get a new set of remotes, or $7 to get a Momentary rocker switch. So I'm going to show you guys how to wire this up permanently in the car so you can get rid of that. Alright, so this is the switch you need. It is called a Momentary switch, so you need the one that's got 6 pins on it, like so. So basically momentary meaning it only stays on if you're holding it on, so you press up and it clicks straight back off. So that allows you to give, you know, fine adjustments of the motor on the muffler. The way that the Varex motor works, it is, you know, in a nutshell, a electric window winder motor. So you just basically reverse polarity, so positive on one side or positive on the other side means it goes up or down. So that's that. So as you can see here, this is how the box usually is. So you got a 4-prong plug here basically. So one side of this goes to a 12 volt and a ground. The other 2 wires go to the motor. So, you know, reverse polarity decides which way the motor goes. So we're basically just going to pretty much get rid of that box completely, and we're just going to cut the wires off that go to both the motor and our 12 volt and ground source, and I'll show you how to wire them up into the switch. Alright, so wiring is all done. So the wiring's all done. That was a piece of piss obviously. So I'm just going to use these spade connectors. Hopefully see there if it focuses. These actually fit perfectly on the terminals of that, as you can see. So it's just a matter of, I'll put a wiring diagram on the screen, which you can probably see now, but it's just a matter of running a 12 volt and a ground to the middle pins, one on each side, and then you just connect your 2 cables for the muffler control basically to the top 2 pins, one on either side. And then of course you've just got to find somewhere to mount it. So I'm just going to put mine, you know, somewhere here so it's easy to get to when the boys in blue roll past, or, you know, whatever tickles your fancy. So there we go, switch is mounted. Voila. Okay, so wiring is like this. Basically, this is the cable that comes through the sill, as I showed you before, which I joined onto the wires that run out to the muffler. So what I've done is I've kind of daisy chained them to another set of spade connectors. So they'll go either side of these terminals. And then I've got my, turn the ignition off, I've got my ground and 12 volt, which is switched off accessory. So these 2 go in the middle. So then your first set on the daisy chain, you know, it helps if you've got marked wires. So one of these has got a stripe through it, so I'll hook that up to the bottom pin on this side, and then you've just got to cross it over to the other side. So this side goes over crossways, so stripe then goes over to this side, and same for the solid. So make sure they're all firmly on. So then I'll flick it on accessories. That's that. And the other way. There you go, you can see it there. So these middle pins, both sides are 12 volt and ground. Then the pin that's on this side goes to there, and then over to this side, and then that one goes from there, daisy chains over to that side. Alright, so that's it, all done. So yeah, that is literally all there is to it. It's what, six wires basically, and especially if you've already got the loom run in a relatively simple way to access like I had, then you're up for about 5-10 minutes work. So yeah, I suppose the only thing to do for those of you who haven't heard of Varex or are considering buying one or just want to see how they sound, I'll give you a quick demo. It makes a massive difference. I've got this on both my cars, and that's the reason why I got both of them engineered, because I had the Varex and I could turn it right down so it would pass the noise emissions test. So let's do it.